Pretty cool. Zane, let's talk about our forecast. It is a wild week coming up here.
There's going to be some heat, Todd. Yeah, there's going to be some storms. There's going to be summery this week here. We're going to get back into the hot stuff here. We were a little bit warm today. We got into the upper 80s, felt closer to 90 at times. Tomorrow we're definitely going to be up into the 90s here. There's a slim chance of a little bit of rain early tomorrow morning we'll talk about. And then we get back to full sunshine in the afternoon. Notice we're already close to 90 by lunchtime, into the 90s tomorrow afternoon with heat index values closer to 100. Now, storm possibilities this week, we're mainly talking about tomorrow and Tuesday. And in terms of tomorrow, we're mainly talking about tomorrow night. It's a low end level 1 risk towards the evening and overnight hours of your Monday. If we do have any storms that form that get strong, they're probably going to produce maybe a couple of isolated stronger wind gusts or an isolated larger hailstone or two. The higher level threat for severe storms will be this Tuesday. Level 2 risk across central and eastern Iowa. That time frame would be probably Tuesday afternoon and into the evening hours as a front moves through the state. Again, if we do have any severe storms, probably a wind and hail threat, not necessarily tornadoes. So tonight, ahead of the warm air, there's going to be a warm front lifting into the state. Notice a few of those bands of clouds form after midnight before the sun comes up tomorrow morning. Maybe an isolated shower, even a brief thunder shower across parts of mainly western Iowa, but most of us will stay dry overnight and into tomorrow. There's your hot sunshine tomorrow afternoon. A little bit of a breeze develops out of the south too, and that pushes the heat and the humidity up. So look at our heat index values. Tomorrow morning, 70-ish. And then quickly, western Iowa especially warms up towards the 100-degree mark, and some of those triple-digit values will sneak into central Iowa as well. So heat advisory is already going to be out for parts of the west, about the western third of the state. But dry through the day, and then we'll watch to see if a little disturbance moving through the state tomorrow night can fire up a couple of storms. Remember, it's a low-end risk of maybe a stronger 1 or 2. I'm not even sure there's going to be storms for everybody, though. It's just a chance. Then look at Tuesday morning now. Here's our next front. It's going to slowly kind of sag through Iowa during the day on Tuesday, and then during the afternoon, it's going to try to take advantage of that heat and moisture to fire up a few storms along that boundary, especially central and southern Iowa, I think, Tuesday afternoon and then into the evening hours. There's not going to be a lot of the proper wind shear to help sustain stronger storms, but there's going to be so much heat and moisture that if we can get some storms to form, they could briefly produce some severe wind gusts and maybe some larger hailstones. But definitely ahead of that boundary, let's say especially Highway 30 southward, that would be your best chance of more triple-digit heat index values on Tuesday afternoon. So both Monday and Tuesday, going to be hot ones, going to be humid ones. Storms, best chance there, at least in the next couple days. Tuesday afternoon, Tuesday evening. Wednesday then, the front's gone. We get some drier seasonal, I wouldn't call it cooler, but seasonal air. Mid-80s back into the picture here. Pick day of the week, I think, one Wednesday. Another system starts to approach then Thursday. That 30% chance probably highest in western Iowa towards the second half of the day Thursday. Better chance of some scattered showers and storms on Friday. That breeze lifts in more heat and humidity, so we'll probably feel like the 90s on Friday. But right now the weekend looks dry a few days away.